Hello, my name is Marissa Ayanito, and in this video, we will talk about what is normal after all. Here we have a normal distribution of the heights of young women between the ages of 18 and 24 years old. The mean of this data is 65.5 inches, and the standard deviation is 2.5 inches. So, we are going to plot the standard deviations of this data. So we'll then be able to determine the percentage of how many women are the height. That is 1 standard deviation from the mean, 2 standard deviations, and so on. Okay, so 65.5, if you add 2.5, you get 68 plus 2.5, 70.5. Plus 2.5 is 73. And 65.5 minus 2.5, we get 63.
Stranger comes to town. Stranger danger.
Minus 2.5, 60.5.
He's a good kid. Yeah, I like him.
And minus 2.5 is 58.
Very good.
Okay, so what we want to find out is what two values is 95, the central 95% of young women, what two values that lies between them. So, there's a rule that's called the 68, 95, 99.7 rule. And that is because one standard deviation from the mean is 68%. And then in another color, here, this is 95%. And finally, this is 99.7%. So, we can see now that this is where the central 95% of the women lie, and 2 standard deviations from the mean this way is 60.5 inches. 2 standard deviations upwards of the mean is 70.5. So, the two values that the central 95% of the heights for young women is in between 60.5 inches and 70.5 inches. Okay. Okay, so now we're going to be determining why there's only 2.5% of women that are more than 2 standard deviations from the mean. So, 95% was 2 standard deviations from the mean, which means that 3 standard deviations of the mean leaves 5%. That means that this and this make up 5%, and 5% divided by 2 is 2.5. So here we have 2.5%, and here we have 2.5%. And that is high. So now we are going to determine what the z-score is for a young woman who is 5 feet tall is. First, since this is in inches, we need to convert 5 feet into inches, which is 5 times 12, so that's 60 inches. And then, in order to find the z-score, what you have to do is you have to do the number you are trying to find minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. 60 minus 65.5 is negative 5.5. Divided by 2.5 gives us, I'll just write it over here, negative 2.2. Okay? So, now we know that the z-score for that woman is 2.2 standard deviations to the left of the mean.
This distribution is normal because, as you can see, it is bell-shaped and there are no outliers. Also, it is symmetric.